starts to come back tomorrow and into next week, and that means problems for pets, especially dogs. Our Fox 4 dog expert Mike Deathe is back this morning to talk about what you can do for your animals. Why do dogs struggle so much with the heat?
Well, they have a really inefficient cooling system. Most people don't realize that the only place a dog has sweat glands is actually on the pads of their feet. So for them to be able to regulate their temperature, a dog pants. Well, the idea is all the cooler air hits the tongue, blood rotates everything. You can kind of get the idea how it's a really inefficient cooling system. Dogs have a hard time dealing with the heat. One of the things is, especially the dogs who have the smushed noses, the pugs and the Bostons and the bulldogs,
right.
They're even harder to keep cool. It's just they don't have a real efficient cooling system.
So when you're out walking with your animals in the kind of heat that we've had, especially when it's really humid, they're just not going to cool off as fast as we do?
No, they're not. They don't have the ability to sweat. They don't have the ability, well, they do have the ability to sweat, but just on a much smaller scale. What I tell people is if it's too hot for you to be outside, it's too hot for your dog to be outside. The other thing is I'm kind of the person that's always yelling and screaming about socialization with your dog. If it's that hot, why not go to a big box pet store, which allows dogs to come in and you can walk your dog in the air conditioning. I would rather be cool while I'm walking instead of in 100-degree heat.
Now, what about parks that have pools or lakes or places where the dogs can get wet?
Absolutely. The things that you want to do is you want to make sure the dogs have plenty of access to water to drink. They also want to have plenty of access to water to cool off. If you ever go to a dog event, you'll see all the kiddie pools set up with water and they put ice in it and they do all the other stuff. There's even cooling jackets out on the market. Which, basically they look like a regular coat, but they're filled with an absorbent material that if you dunk in water, it holds a bunch of water in it. You can put it on the dog and it releases the water over a period of time, just helps keep them cool.
That's a good idea. Okay. And then if you are going to leave your dog in your car,
yeah, really and truly, it's just a bad idea. Okay. Unless the car is running, air conditioning's on, things like this, the dog shouldn't be in the car. It will literally take minutes, and it could be over 100 degrees inside a car. I guess the only thing I would tell you is, if you see it, I'm reading more and more stuff on the internet about people getting sued for breaking windows and trying to save dogs and things like this. I'm always better at being prepared than not. I would call your city and find out what the actual laws are. The first thing I would do, obviously, is go into the store where I'm at, talk to the manager, have the owner page, things like this. But obviously, you want to do whatever it takes to, save the dog's life. I mean, we're hearing more and more through the news about kids and dogs being left in cars, and period. Cracking your window this much when it's 80, 90, it's not enough, period.
Okay, call police or go into the store for the manager first. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.